Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, we'll read match tempo, compare both halves, and use event frequency to understand how the game's rhythm changed. Our example is a completed Copa do Brasil match between Atlético Paranaense and Vitória. Atlético Paranaense is the home side on the left, and Vitória is the away side on the right. Atlético Paranaense won 2-0 after leading 1-0 at halftime. Open the match detail, keep the score and final status in view, select Live Analysis, and tap Tempo. The mobile screen places the tempo summary first, followed by 4 detail cards. We will read the same real match from broad context into exact detail, then return to the score. Before comparing any tempo value, establish 3 things: which team is home, which team is away, and which time window you are reading. Use the team names and left-right placement as the primary guide. Color is only a supporting cue. For each row, follow the same order. First, identify direction. Which side has the higher displayed value? Then examine separation, how far apart the 2 sides are. Finally, compare the time windows and mini trends to see how the activity changed. Tempo describes the activity and rhythm shown by the data. It is not a result guarantee. Start at the top of the tempo summary. The home side is labeled medium with a total tempo score of 45.0. The away side is labeled low with a score of 15.0. Read the label and the score together as a quick summary of the difference visible on screen. Do not try to reverse engineer the label boundaries. The useful observation is that the completed match shows a clear activity gap between the 2 teams, with Atlético Paranaense higher in the total view. Now move to the first half row. Atlético Paranaense shows 18.3, while Vitória shows 4.8. The home side is higher in this window. The halftime score was 1-0 to Atlético Paranaense, so the displayed first half tempo direction and the halftime result point to the same side. That alignment describes this completed match. It does not turn tempo into a prediction rule. Next, compare the second half. Atlético Paranaense shows 20.0, while Vitória shows 15.6. The home side remains higher, but the gap is narrower than it was in the first half. Vitória's displayed value rises much more after the break, from 4.8 in the first half to 15.6 in the second. This is why the halves should be read separately. The total view summarizes the match, while the 2 half rows show how the balance of activity changed across time. EPM means events per minute. Atlético Paranaense shows 0.90 and Vitória shows 0.30. In this measured view, the home side has the higher event density. Use EPM as a supporting activity measure, not as a replacement for the tempo score, the match status, or the scoreline. A higher displayed EPM means more recorded event activity for that side in the measured view. It does not guarantee better finishing or a future result. Below the summary, detail analysis repeats the same 4 comparisons: tempo score, EPM, first half tempo, and second half tempo. Each card keeps the home value on the left and the away value on the right, with a mini trend showing how the displayed activity developed. Use these cards to confirm the same direction without losing the time window. The total and EPM cards show the wider overall home advantage. The first half card shows the strongest separation, while the second half card shows the 2 sides moving closer. Read the values and line paths together rather than treating one endpoint as the whole story. Let us summarize the method, confirm the score and match status. Identify home and away. Read the tempo labels with total. Compare the first and second halves. Check EPM, and then use the 4 detail cards to understand how the activity changed. In this match, Atlético Paranaense is higher across every displayed tempo comparison and wins 2-0. Tempo describes the intensity and rhythm shown by the data. It does not guarantee what happens next. In the next lesson, we will connect the mobile analysis views inside MFT composite analysis without breaking down the private calculation method.